City are top of the league. Come on, you Blues. Welcome back to another match reaction. City have just beat Fulham 2-1 away at Craven Cottage, and that was a bit nervy, if we're being honest, but it was wonderful to witness City back where they belong, at the top of the table, and I'm a very, 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 very happy man. It wasn't the classic, but I didn't expect it to be, weirdly. Maybe I hoped it would be, but looking back, it makes an awful lot of sense, but we'll get onto that with a little bit more detail in a minute. I would like to say this video is sponsored by Football Prizes. And they've got an incredible competition for you right now. 2 hospitality tickets for the Manchester City versus Real Madrid game. It costs $2.95 to enter. This is one of those things where it's a raffle. It's a raffle. It's one of those things where if your number comes out, you could win one of the most epic nights of your life. City at the Etihad in the second leg of the Champions League semi-finals, which could get us to the final. It's an incredible competition, and it ends on Wednesday the 3rd. So if you want to get involved, head right now to the link in the description below. Maybe enter, and good luck, and fingers crossed one of you guys win. There's also 9 instant win prizes of £100 cash. So it's a really good competition, this. So click the link in the description below. Good luck, and fingers crossed one of you guys will win. I want to see it. I want to see it. But let's look at that table. This is why we are here. This is why we are here. City now with 1 game in hand are 1 point clear of Arsenal. Win our game in hand and we'll be 4 points clear. It looks fucking beautiful, doesn't it? That pressure does catch up to you, Arsenal, unfortunately. This City side are relentless. Let's have a look at that run of victories from Manchester City. In the league, let's get our games up on screen right now. Of course, there was the draw against Bayern, but other than that, before we've won, how many games in the league? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 games in a row we've won in the league. And before that draw, of course, we were unbeaten in how many? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Unbeaten in 18 games. Very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. Some super chats already. Mark saying, Steve, what are we going to do? Mark always wants to draw me in. He says, we're going to win them all. We're going to win the rest anyway. Mark thinks we're going to win the rest. He thinks we're going to win the treble. Mark. Let's see where we are after the Real Madrid first leg. That's all I will say. That's all I will say, my friend. You're not crazy though, Mark. You're not crazy. Marcus Ninja says, it feels good to be back where we belong. Just a quick reminder, once again, let's have a look to where we are. We're there, top of the fucking table. Indeed, mate, it does feel good, doesn't it? 6 more games is 18 more points, which should take us to 94 if we won all those games. And I wouldn't put it past this Manchester City side. It's going to take 90 points to win the league this season, I reckon. Also, a super chat from Perth says, we look tired and some players weren't fully focused. Also, convinced Edison took before the game for sure. Took what before the game? Took something before the game. We did look tired. And I think focus, maybe lack of focus came from just maybe mental energy. My general feeling of the game is like, it's easy to get frustrated when things aren't perfect. But I think the reason today was a little bit leggy, and maybe looked a little bit difficult, was entirely because of the Arsenal game. Like, it's very easy when you're Manchester City or anyone to get up for the biggest game of the season. They are the games that get you out of bed. Took something. Yeah. They are the games that get you out of bed, man. They are the reasons you want to be a footballer. A game of the magnitude of Manchester City versus Arsenal to put yourself ahead in the title race at the Etihad at home when the whole world has been challenging you to do that. Yeah, it's easy. There's a natural testosterone and adrenaline. It courses through you. And of course, you're absolutely going to be up for it. And this is, well, as someone said, this is the Monday after the weekend, this Fulham game, man. It really is. It's not literally, but it feels like going to work on a Monday after that. Like, that high has crashed. I know it's back to reality. Like, no one wants to go to Craven Cottage after that game. You want to just kind of sort of fucking chill and take it a bit easy, but you've got Craven Cottage against a side very well organised, and you've got to get yourself up for it again. But you can't, because your energy levels are a little bit depleted, you're tired, you're a little bit bruised, your squad needs a rest. Some players are rested and not available, like Kevin De Bruyne. Some people are on the bench, like Bernardo Silva. It isn't easy. It just isn't easy. It can be very, very, very easy to slip up. And I think they know that. I think the players know that. And I think they're aware of that subconsciously. And this is why you get a performance like today where it starts off pretty decent and City did create chances. And I think City were good value for the win in the end, statistically speaking anyway. But it becomes hard to keep up that momentum because players look a little bit leggy, a little bit tired. And you just sort of have to expect that. But this is where that experience kicks in once again. Just fucking win. It's really that simple. Just find a way to hold on to that victory. Just find a way to dig in and get the job done. And at this stage of the season, I just can't complain, man. I really can't complain. And for me, this City side, they just got the job done. It's like we saw it with the Nottingham Forest game after a huge victory where we dropped points, and I think that would have been playing on their mind a tiny bit as well. Look, it's hard. It's hard. The come down can be really hard, but when you've got players of the quality of Alvarez, for example, that Ibrahim's just mentioned up, and Christian, they're talking about his stats for Alvarez. Look, we're very, very blessed and very, very lucky. And I don't think it's a coincidence of the timing of this performance. And I don't think it's anything to do of us being top of the table now or anything like that. I think it's just a natural come down after the Arsenal game. And look, when there's no Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo in the team in midfield, there is going to be a small drop off. Mark with the big super chat. And he says, do you know why I keep saying it? Because we are... And Mark keeps saying, by the way, we'll win the rest. Mark thinks we'll do the treble. He said, do you know why I keep saying it? Because we are genuinely the best team in the world. Why shouldn't we be going into every match thinking we're going to win? I believe in the team and manager. Treble incoming. Mark, I fucking love that confidence, friend. And do you know what? I actually think we're the best team in the world too. I do. And I guess I believe it's possible. I do believe it's possible. The only thing I would say is that it's possible... It's possible any year, but football is difficult, and football is... all it takes is a referee to give an offside goal against us in the FA Cup final for United. We've seen it before. Or it takes Real Madrid's weird Real Madrid hoodoo to score 2 goals in 2 minutes to knock us out. We've seen it before. So I don't think it's a lack of quality. I don't think it's because we're not the best team. I actually think we are. I do believe in this City side that much. I do. I just know football is fucking difficult. And I know expectation... when you're like moments away from glory is difficult. And I know if you got to the Champions League final against Inter or AC, it'd be the biggest game for them for fucking years. And of course they would be up for it too. And all it takes for one of them, Brahim Diaz playing for fucking AC Milan, to dribble past 2 people, the ex-Manchester City player, and cross it for Zlatan to score in a fairy tale ending to his career. Football does these stories, which is why I'm aware it's so difficult. But right now, let's focus on one game at a time. Haneen said tough game, but a win is a win. Love Alvarez. Come on, City. Indeed, Haneen. Let's talk about Alvarez for a minute. Let's talk about him indeed. Alvarez is a phenomenal player. Look, I feel like I'd be more excited about Alvarez. And I am excited, don't get me wrong. But if he wasn't overshadowed by a 6'5" Viking of a man who scored 50 goals this season, now 50 goals, Erling Haaland somehow takes the shine off Alvarez. And it's not really Alvarez's fault either. I think we'd all be even more excited about Alvarez if we didn't have Haaland. Because I reckon, and I believe, and I think it's true, that if Alvarez was starting every single game, he'd probably be top scorer in the Premier League as well. He'd probably won't have 50 goals, but he'd have 30 plus. I really believe that's true. I think Alvarez is a world-class striker, if he isn't already in the making. And I admire him so much, man. Such a fucking quality footballer. And like, to come in and have that impact, to score that goal, that incredible, wonderful goal, the Aguero regen. But then it wasn't even that. It was the versatility of his game. Some of those passes was KDB playing. There was one in particular in the first half where he drilled it to Gundogan. And then there was one with his left foot when he whipped it out wide to Grealish. He was playing some absolutely beautiful passes at times. And I still think there are some raw edges to his game. But to be this good and be this consistent and score this many goals when he barely gets a run of games, in fact, he never gets a run of games, it's just so fucking impressive. What a fucking player we got on our hands here. Honestly, he's better than Jesus. He is. Maybe Daniel, right? Dennis Stefanovic, I agree with that. Maybe Jesus' overall game is a bit smoother, and what I mean by that is he's probably keeps the ball a tiny bit better in terms of his work rate and his intelligence. But I think in terms of pure quality, better finisher, better passer, Absolutely, mate. And that instinct that he's got, he's way better for this team. And the fact that he can step in for Haaland or De Bruyne, our two key players, and still do a fucking great job and have moments of real quality, we are blessed to have him. And of course, I can't really not talk about Erling Haaland. Not his best game compared to the Arsenal game, but still a crisp, precise, wonderful penalty drilled into the bottom corner against the keeper who was excellent. Bernd Leno had a really good game today, but he still could not save that penalty. Fired into the bottom corner, and wonderful stuff. And that's where we currently sit, top of the table, man. Things look very, very good. Now, of course, Arsenal do play on Tuesday against Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea, man. Do something. Then Newcastle away. And then Brighton at home. That's an interesting bunch of games. They've got, after that, Forest away. You were going for the league, going for the league survival. And then Wolves, who are comfortably mid-table. Wolves, probably not really much of a game for them. We've got West Ham on Wednesday, so I'm hoping at this point, you never know, Arsenal could drop points against Chelsea. Chelsea will have a moment that says Osmodeus, and I sort of feel like it could happen too. I really think it could do. West Ham, of course, a few days away. There will be some changes, Harry, I reckon. I don't know what there will be, but you look at our bench today. This is how we lined up today. With Grealish and Alvarez, Mahrez, Rodri, Stones, Akanji, Diaz, Walker. I suspect we'll see Foden come back into the team. Bernardo, certainly. Maybe Laporte will get a game. There'll be a couple of changes, but at this point, City are just going to sort of go for it. They are going to go for it. Hopefully, KDB will be back. I don't know if we've had any update, but I think it was just a small, minor knock. I'm not too worried, man. Let's have a look at this clip, by the way. It's great. Wrong button there. Apologies. Look at this clip here. Bernardo and Erling celebrating. I absolutely love it. Top of the league, man. And Calvin as well. Up the fucking Blues, man. He cares about his club. Erling's loving it. He's absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it indeed. Alvarez's stats there. A goal, a penalty, 41 touches, 85.7% pass accuracy, 1 key pass, 1 successful dribble, 2 shots on target. Just excellent. Any comments coming away from the manager? Let's have a look. I don't think so, man. But let's browse those photos anyway, because they are great to look at. Look at Haaland and Bernardo there. There's the boys walking off to the away fans. Look at those two beautiful people. Our 5'7" warriors in Alvarez and Bernardo, and of course the main man, Pep Guardiola. Look, to be honest, once again, I'm not going to get upset about the performance, because I think the performance was fine given the context. I just don't care at this stage of the season. Are we capable of brilliant players, brilliant stuff? Yes. So does it really matter fully? If we don't play perfect? No, it doesn't. By the way, Liverpool are already winning, which is funny. Against Spurs, is it, I think? Let's have a look at the Premier League table and the games. Let's have a look at Liverpool. Liverpool winning 1-0 against Spurs, yeah. There we go. Who's that? Curtis Jones has scored with a Trent Alexander-Arnold assist already. They're going to win that, aren't they? They're going to batter him probably. Another refund coming there for the Spurs fans. Is it 2-0? It's 2-0 already. Fuck me. It's 2-0 apparently. Who scored the other? Let's have a look. Luis Diaz. Yep, there's another refund incoming. I might have to tweet. Spurs players are going to be broke at this point. We're going to be broke at this point. Gotta get the joke in. Anyway, it's a cost of living crisis, mate. Refunds everywhere. But for me, look, I'm happy. I'm buzzing about this performance. We didn't need a classic today. We just needed, a world-class performance. We did, and we got that from Manchester. We didn't need a world-class performance. We needed a composed performance and getting the job done, and I'm really happy with that. Absolutely. Look, guys, in terms of everyone else on the pitch individually, I don't think anyone had a cracker. I think there was some mistakes here and there. Did anyone have a good game? Gundogan was smart, but he looked a little bit leggy here and there. Rodri a little bit leggy too. It's just one of those things, isn't it? It's just one of those things. But I am not overly concerned. It's fine. West Ham will come soon, but we are top of the fucking league, and that is all that matters. Guys, I'm very, very happy about this. I really, really am. If you want to go and win some tickets to Real Madrid versus Man City at the Etihad, the semi-final second leg, check in the link in the description below. For now, though, thanks for watching this. Top of the league. 5 Things Left will be back tomorrow. Up the fucking Blues. Come on, top of the league.